Welcome everybody to another Take a Peek episode. This week we open the box and take a peek at Elemental. This game is very near and dear to my heart, and if you want to know why, go check out my playthrough that I did on this months and months ago. I absolutely love and at the same time hate this game. Oh, so very much. So what is Elemental? Elemental is, well, really, it's just easier to show it than it is to talk about it. It's an action platformer. It was developed by Illusion Games, Illusion. And it's a very atmospheric game, really, when it comes down to it. The atmosphere of this game is beautiful. The music is beautiful. And this game is just amazing. I go in the options real quick here, pull a Total Biscuit. This is pretty much all your options you get. Although it does run in windowed mode. I don't know if I set that automatically. But this is all your options right there. You get the Mindtree webpage, your credits, music. Not a lot of options to play with, but that's okay. Everything kind of works pretty well. You have your race mode. This is where you can go through any given level and get through it as fast as you can and play with other people online and try and beat their records, which can be very difficult sometimes. However, there is a set pace in which you can beat the game. So there is definitely a minimum time possible. There is no max time. You can take as long as you need to. So let's just jump right into a new game here. And we'll just start with the intro. So in Elemental, there's not much in the way of dialogue. However, this little intro bit right here, don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Just walk beside me and be my friend. That holds very true to the spirit of this game. You start as a little air bubble. Journey begins, and this is how the story is told, through these little tidbits here and there, these half sentences, sometimes just a word, sometimes a full sentence. You know, it's not much text, but it's done very well. The controls in this game are extremely simple. It's hard to get simpler than this. It is up, down, left, and right. As you get different elements, you end up getting 4. Air is up. The more you press up, the more you go up with air. If I press down, left, or right, it doesn't do anything. I can go up, and I just float with the wind, with the breeze. And that's actually very important when you consider what happens a little bit later on in the game. Go ahead and go into this water. Of course, air does just fine in water. You don't want to hit any of the black stuff. But you see how this current right here just lifted me up? Whoop. I jumped a little bit too high there. So I popped the bubble, start back from a checkpoint. Now, where the checkpoints are fairly unknown. You know, it's not obvious where the checkpoints are. But they do hide around a little bit. The overall objective of this game is just to get through, solve each puzzle, and figure out how you want to how to do it. What's the best way to do it? And sometimes there are multiple ways to solve a puzzle. Sometimes there really is only one way, and I screwed that up. Sometimes there is only one way. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Again, you can see the snow in the background that shows you where the current is. You can see now it's blowing left. But hang on. Here we go. We're going this way now. And there's also one blowing me up, and there's another one blowing me up this way. You don't want to touch the snow. It's just as bad as the black stuff for air. If air touches anything, it's over. Whoops. Luckily, there's a nice little backdraft there that'll push you back into the end objective. So the power of ice was unlocked. So let's press enter to continue. Loads just that fast. This is just a little extra thing to say, hey, this is how you do different elements, and this is kind of what it's about. So let's start as ice. Now you can see we can slide along the ground. Pretty straightforward. Ice doesn't care about the currents. But ice does care about lava. lava will melt the ice, or if it's a lot of lava, it will just destroy you and you have to move on. Like this right here. This lava right here, that's enough that you'll get melted. And you become this little liquid state. And sometimes you need to be that. Yep, that was pretty sloppy, but I made it work. Slide along, so that lava would actually just outright kill me. Whether I was ice or anything else. Except for fire. I think fire would be okay. There we go. So the heat is actually helping keep me aloft here, but I don't have the right momentum. So I'm just suicide, go back, go through it again. So, very beginning in this little intro part, you get all of the elements, and it kind of teaches you how to use them. You know, that level is really specific for that element. And then after these first 4 levels, you get to explore the world of Elemental and solve all the puzzles that that come your way. These little tidbits right here in between, these are actually very important. You can always become ice no matter what. Whee! Whoop, whoop. Oh man, I almost jumped it too. Oh, that was bad. Alright. Oh, that was bad. Alright, float up. So what you can do, start getting the momentum. Just switch between rock and ice back and forth, and you can start getting a little momentum. And then you want to get up. A lot of momentum. Go over. Get some more momentum. And some more momentum. That was done really poorly, but... Yep. Up. Go. And one more. Just over the edge. Give ourselves some momentum. Whoop. Whoops, that was my bad. Whoopsie. Man, that was really bad. Alright, pop. Start again. Alright, here we go. More momentum. And away we go. Boom! Power of Fire unlocked. So this is the last element. And using this last element, you can do all the rest of the puzzles from this point onward. Some of them get very, very difficult, but the difficulty curve in this game is done very well. As you get further in the game, it teaches you what's happening. Also, these are a little bit of cutscenes in here. Kind of like, hey, you know, this is kind of a graphical story of what's happening with Elemental. Part 1, Heart. And once you get through the whole game... Whoops. Alright. Once you get through the whole game, it makes a lot more sense for what's happening in the cutscenes. Actually, I really need to get through the game first. Okay, so we go over, melt. Alright, so when you're a rock, you can just kind of sit here like this. And these little green things are called soul sparks. So you see the little white circle around me? That's how much energy I have. These soul sparks will fill it up. That is a little achievement thing that you can pick up. Whoops, I went too far. Uh-oh. Okay, so let's try that again. That little black thing right there is a little achievement that you can get. And if you get all of them, you actually do get an achievement. But they're not necessary. You don't have to do it to complete the game. It's just a little fun thing that you can do if you want to. And trying to find all of those is not easy, by the way. Whoop! Whoops. Right, I forgot about that. So this is an example of where fire would be helpful. So you go, fire! You bounce off, and then you can become ice again, and then work it. So then rock, breaks through, and away you go. And it gives you stats at the very end. So we found one of the 2 lost sparks, which is the black thing. And we only lost 1 element. We only died once. It took 2 minutes, and we can continue on. You get these stats after... Whoop. You get these stats after every single... That was terrible. Haha. After every single level. Zip through. Whoops. Oh well. Alright. Use the little breeze there and continue onwards. So, I cover all these episodes in my playthrough of the game. Again, it's several months old. You have to go look up the playlist if you want to find it. Ooh, that was close. Go. Of course, ice floats. The game's pretty intuitive. Ultimately, the game is pretty intuitive. So let's back away from the wall. Use the air bubble momentum. See, there's another lost spark up there. But we don't care about getting lost sparks right now. Float, and away we go. These first couple levels are really quite easy. Which is good, because that's partly why the difficulty spike in this game is so good, is it really helps you learn the elements, learn how the elements interact, and then it throws harder puzzles at you, longer puzzles at you at the very end, and says, hey, you know what you need to do, now figure it out. You can see fire doesn't necessarily work there, but like it says, like I mentioned earlier, you can gently float above the lava as air. Now mind you, going across the lava this way would be very tedious. Whoops. Ran out of energy there. So for the rest of this, I'm pretty much going to let you guys figure it out. The game is... It's a lot of fun. I do recommend it. And it is nothing more than what I've shown you here already. You just go around as these elements, and you solve puzzles. It's a great puzzle-solving game. It's not too difficult, but it can be frustrating at times when it turns more into a skill-based game than into a puzzle-solving game. There is definitely a skill element involved. That being said, the game is a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. This is another one of those 9 out of 10s. Definitely would recommend, and I love playing this game again. You know, going through, I think I'll actually, whoops. I think I'll actually continue and just do another private playthrough of this game, just because it is a lot of fun. And you know, you guys know I don't often say that I'll play a game separately off camera in my own time just because it is fun. That just is not something that happens very much. This is one of those games that really sticks out to me as being a special game. Except I'm having a heck of a time right now trying to bounce. Anyways, I'll let you guys figure out how to bounce. You use rock and you use air, and that's just pretty much how I figured out. Pretty much all the levels you can spend as much time as you want on. And it's necessary because sometimes you get stuck. Sometimes you don't know that you need to go way up here with your bubble, save your energy, go back up, come back down, and double rock, and then go back up. The level end is right there. Little acceleration. And done. So, like I said, 9 out of 10. This game is absolutely amazing. It's totally worth the money. It is a little bit older. I believe it's from 2012. I'll double check that for you guys right now. It is from 2013, May of 2013, and it's on Steam. As always, the link's down below if you want to see the Steam price. You want to go to support the developers. I think you really should. It's a great game, and I believe the developers watched the playthrough and were happy that I did a playthrough of it. So you want to see what the developers had to say about the game and my playthrough of the game, go check out the comments of those videos as well, because I believe they were involved. I believe Element4l was the one that happened to. So, anywho, guys, go play this game. It's a lot of fun. As always, thank you for watching DFTBA. I will see you next time. We'll have another Take a Peek episode. I know this one's a little bit short, but there's not much to say about the game. The art style I really like. The music is great. And the aesthetics of the game is... It really drives the game. It feels good. It looks good. And it's very good presentation. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. Make sure to check out Element4l, the terrific game that has great game mechanics and fresh gameplay and great music. Absolutely great music. Wish I could get the music by myself, but oh well.